I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. We have two storms in the Western Pacific. Saola, also known as Goring, now a Category 4 major typhoon off the northern coast of Luzon, and Haikui, which does have a low confidence forecast at this time. I'm going to break down both of these. Let's talk about it. Let's start off with Super Typhoon Saola, also known as Goring, which, by the way, let's take a moment to just pay some respect to this storm system. It is absolutely potent looking here on satellite imagery, passing over the Batanes Islands. These islands are built for these type of storms. They get them all the time. I'm sure that's little relief for the residents there who step outside and their 200-kilometer-per-hour winds knocking on their door. But at the very least, they're a little bit more prepared than some other areas across the Philippines, which have a little bit of a weaker infrastructure. But still, I mean, these guys getting absolutely blasted by this storm system here today. Satellite imagery shows that buzzsaw shape, that clear indication of an absolute potent, dangerous typhoon here as this pushes overhead, and eventually he's going to start to track off towards the west. So let's take a look at really quick here at the forecast. This is from Windy, staying at that Category 4 intensity, but am expecting it to slowly kind of weaken as it kicks off here towards the west, moving out into the South China Sea, passing just south of Hong Kong through that extended forecast. That's the forecast, though, but some of the models, you can see ECMWF here, kind of takes a little bit east of Hong Kong, out there towards Guangzhou. GFS looks like this, a little bit towards south, so they're kind of averaging it out into the middle. One thing I do want to note, the rainfall, since it is passing a little bit further towards the south of Taiwan, yeah, there is still going to be some areas here, 1 to 200 millimeters, but we're not talking about thousands of millimeters of precipitation like we were seeing with the forecast just a few days ago. But wow, look at the track of this storm system, as it was a Category 4 just off the east coast of Isabela, absolutely bringing rough conditions for our friends there along the east coast. Then it looped back around back towards north with that re-intensification passing over the Batanes Islands. This is the 24-hour outlook. Watch this as it just moved off the northeast coast of Cagayan, wrapping around, bringing some nasty weather for our friends in Apari and off towards Santa Ana before tracking off here towards the north and really re-intensifying, as I mentioned, with that rapid intensification there as it pushed off here. And then you're going to see this track continuing out here towards the west. But yeah, a super typhoon at this time, and very dangerous storm system. Let's pull back the picture. Haikui, located out here towards the west. It's actually right in here at this time. Let's pull up the forecast track from the Japan Meteorological Agency. That's what's being shown right here. Expecting this to intensify up to about a Category 1, passing over Miyako-jima south of Okinawa. But let's look at this. This is by Thursday afternoon. The ECMWF takes it over Okinawa, looking like that, while the GFS is way down here. Hold on, it's not even on the screen. There we go. This is something I want to talk about really quick with this storm system. So here's the track from the JTWC. They even mention in their outlook, their prognostic reasoning, like, hey, there's some spread in the models. This is the GFS. We always talk about the spaghetti models being a little bit tight and kind of comprised. This is like somebody threw your pasta at the wall. Look at the ensemble. Some of this going south, some of this going north, and then we can actually take a look at this, right? Like, oof, that is the SpaghettiOs. Let's go through and watch this. Watch how it just diverges and splits apart. Remember, this is all the different ensemble members within the GFS model just splitting apart all over the place. With some of the guidance, let's actually go to, well, let's pull up on the GFS here using tropical tidbits. Put this a little bit more into the center of the screen. And this run is actually almost comical. Watch that right here, this area right there. There's Haikui. It kind of leans, it gets pulled towards the west with our other storm system, Saola, and then it gets pulled back east from another storm developing. Talk about weird Fujiwara effect, and smacks into the Shikoku. What in the world? You got like 3 typhoons out there at the same time, according to the GFS. Go back to the satellite picture. We can actually kind of see what we're talking about here with 14W. There it is. 1, 2, 3. And when you get 3 competing storm systems on top of each other, you get some weird things happening. And that's what the GFS is trying to pull here with these Fujiwara effects. Boy, that is just a hot mess of tropical weather coverage here with all 3 of these storm systems, which is why for our friends in Okinawa and really just the southern Japanese islands, I mean, keep an eye on this, because I don't think anybody can say with good confidence exactly where that thing is going to be going as it goes off towards the west. And then, of course, on top of that, we do have, of course, our other storm system, 10W, located well back here towards the east. At the beginning of the, I actually said 2, but 2 named, I should say, because then you have this one, which is doing its thing here as well. Boy, you can't make this up, guys. Anyways, let's zoom back in on our dangerous storm system at this time, Saola. Hope everyone is staying safe out there, especially along the northwest coast of Luzon, as those winds wrap around here today and just bring in a nice little onslaught of some heavy winds and rains there in Ilocos. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. I hope you're staying safe out there today. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, as always, let me know. And number one thing, I guess I already said it, stay safe out there. Have a good day. Bye.